Can people hear? Are we able to turn it up a little bit or no? Are we able to turn the mic up a little bit?
So first I'd like, ooh, that is loud. Okay, now people can hear me. Okay, once again, Steve Ekman with AIFI. Appreciate everybody coming down. We're excited to have about 15, 16 companies presenting today in this pitch competition. This is all about Web3 and AI as a bonus. I like to say that Web3 is the security layer for AI. So just think about that for a moment. Okay, stop thinking about that. So we have a great event coming up, and we have events going all the time. So please follow our Luma calendar, Luma/AIFI. That's AIIFY. So really appreciate Draper University for putting this together or helping sponsor this, and Trish and George and the team from House of Web3, Edge and Node House of Web3. If you haven't been here before, this is one of the most beautiful venues we have in San Francisco for doing these sorts of events. So it's a privilege to be here and to partner with you guys. So I would love to turn it over to Aaliyah Barker with Draper University, and let's give her a warm round, and thanks for sponsoring this event.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, the mic. Okay, you can hear me now. Okay. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. This is crazy. I feel like every time I'm in House of Web3, I like want to redecorate my whole house. This place is absolutely stunning. Thank you guys so much for being here. I run the accelerator programs at Draper University. So for those of you who don't know, if you're in Web3, you probably do, but Draper University was founded all the way back in 2012 by Tim Draper. So yeah, he founded it. He's a venture capitalist. He founded it with, the mission to inspire and educate entrepreneurs. And we've recently evolved and grown more. And now we are infiltrating the accelerator Web3 space. So we have some really awesome early stage Web3 programs coming up. So that's why we're here. We wanted to meet, some more founders in the space. And I'm really excited for the people that we have chosen to pitch. Some of them are current Draper I almost said alumni, but they're not alumni yet. Current Draper cohort members, and then some of them are brand new. So I'm really, really excited to meet everyone. If you have any questions about the accelerator programs or anything Draper University related, come find me after this, and I would love to share more. But yeah, huge thanks to Steve as well. I don't know where he is. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, where did he go? Yeah, thank you so much for helping to put this on and make this come true. There's no way I could have done this. So, and thank you all of you for being here as well. But yeah, do you want me to give it back to you, or do you want me to just?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, back to you, I guess. Yeah.
And we are streaming this. So in a moment, I'm going to copy and paste into our event page. So people will, if they didn't make it, they will get this. If you want to catch this later, and you'll be able to find the stream in the announcements on Luma.
For sure. Okay.
And anybody else want to make some announcements from your team?
I think that's it. That's kind of everything. Arisa, did you? So the accelerator programs I was talking about, by the way, we have a program called Embark, which is right here. So if you're interested in learning more, I totally forgot I had a whole slide thing. If you're interested in learning more about the programs, or if you already know about it and you want to apply, you can scan these QR codes. But yeah, essentially we're picking, in November, we're picking 10 startups, early stage Web3, to join us residency in San Mateo. So free lodging, you can come stay at Draper University. Tim Draper literally works out of the office, so lots of people around there. And we're offering $50,000 for the program, so per company. Yeah, so if you're interested in learning more, you can do these QR codes. But yeah, I would love to hand it back to Steve, and we can kind of start kicking it off. I think that's kind of all we have from our end.
Yeah, well, I think what I'd love to do, we've got 6 judges tonight. So Aaliyah, you're one of the judges. You've introduced yourself. If you want to say anything more about that. Otherwise, we can go down the line, starting with Bernie. You want to just get up and say a couple quick words about yourself and your experience, and we'll give each judge about 15 seconds to do that, and then we'll roll right into the pitch competition.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Steve. Good to be here. And I saw like we host the events here for quite a few times. So it's Trashy and Steve, and just good to be back here and to be the judge. So we're running a venture studio with early stage pre-seed seed investment, and we also have an incubation program. And feel free to grab me after the pitching session, and hope the best for it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Arisa. I work with Aaliyah and then like Mo as a part of Draper University ventures. But I've been also like managing the sourcing part for the Embark, our new upcoming new accelerator program happening in November for 10 weeks. So if you know anyone who might be interested in applying for this program, or you could be the one with the candidate. So talk to me, learn about the program, and we have amazing campus locating in San Mateo. It's really close from the airport, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, campus. And then we always accommodate 100 founders. And I almost spend 24 hours except the time I'm sleeping with the founders. I came to Bay Area last year as a part of BC. And then, looking forward to having more conversation with you all. Thank you.
Hello, hello. I'm Safwaan. I work at Founders Inc. We kind of have a similar setup to House of Web3, but we're in Fort Mason. And we're typically the first check into a company. So if you're trying to get your company off the ground and you're looking for a community of founders, come find me. Our specialty, or the areas that we focus on, are AI, crypto, hardware and robotics, and AR and VR. So we invest in companies and we also start companies. So yeah, if you're looking to get your company off the ground, come speak to me. Thank you.
Events over at Founders Inc. that just really want to appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks. My name is Mo. Thank you all for coming in. I'm also part of the programs team at Draper. Aaliyah and Arisa did a great job at sort of explaining what DU does. And then apart from our crypto programs, we run multiple programs every year, and I manage a program called Hero Training, which is a 5-week accelerator that we run twice a year. But at the moment, I'm just supporting the team with the crypto programs. I'm also trying to build a startup myself, so very interested in just chatting with you guys and sort of getting your thoughts, maybe bouncing my idea off of you guys. Yeah, pretty excited for the pitches today, and good luck to all the founders who are going to pitch. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tyler Sehr. I'm the founder of cookbook.dev. I have the feeling that you guys just needed another judge, and I'm happy to fill that role. So yeah, glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Tyler is more qualified than he lets on. We actually asked you to be a judge because we wanted you to be.
We have Mr. Modest.
Yeah,
over
I
here.
know. Okay.
So here we go. We will be starting with Casa Platform. Come on up. And just so people know, we'll let it out of the bag. We are presenting in the order that companies are listed on the Luma event. But here, I'll let you get set up first. Let's make sure you get plugged in. Okay.
Testing. Yeah.
We're going to keep these to strict time, so I'm going to be timing you about. You have 2.5 minutes to give your presentation, and then we have about 2 minutes for the judges to ask their questions. So hopefully judges can coordinate amongst themselves. This doesn't really give us enough time for every judge to ask a question. So let's try to have them sort of rapid fire, clear questions, so we can get clear answers. And that's the, you'll be judged on how clear and concise your answers are.
Hello. So my name is Rowan. I didn't want to screen share straight away because I wanted to start out by just testing something. So how many people here have looked for a place to live before? I expect every single hand, please. So a human basic right is that everyone needs a place to live and has to eventually look for a place to live, right? The problem that we have right now as a society in pretty much every supply constrained city in the world is that it's fragmented and it's expensive. So the numbers that you're going to see are primarily related to the UK, which is where we are based and where our beachhead market. We know that people spend 2.7 billion hours just a year on a single portal. And so they think that this is a flex. They think that it's a cool metric to have people waste time looking for property. But really, people want to spend more time living in their homes than just trying to find them, right? Nobody is happy with the current way that we do things. And so something has to have changed for us to innovate, right? Specifically, LLMs, right? Everyone is familiar. AI is taking over. The foundation models are improving. Cost is coming down over time. And so more specifically, what we can do with LLMs is automate a lot of the cumbersome process so that it's less fragmented. You don't have to check Redfin, Zillow, Compass, all these other portals that you have. Instead, we can index the entire market, label them the same as a human could. So the same as you can identify that there's an oven in a listing, we can do that with LLMs now at super high scale for super low cost, right? So more specifically, what we do is outlined on this really crowded slide, which you guys can talk to me about after. But what we do is we allow users to natural language search for property, provide them with matches whenever they're available, give them real-time notifications so that they can act quicker and have a competitive edge when it comes to securing a place, and then allow them to inquire and track their process in a personalized way. So I've met with people that have used Notion sheets and Excel spreadsheets to manage their property hunt. Again, maybe a raise of hands if you've had to do something similar. Okay, a fair amount of people in the room have done something like that, right? So it's about personalizing your property search so that we can make things more efficient. I'll skip the strategy. I'll jump straight into a live demo. So here is our innovative UI. It's inspired a lot by what Duolingo are doing. We ship this in a few days, so please forgive that we're not nudging the user in any specific direction, but we do prepare to do that based on their behaviors with the platform. So they'll put in simple preferences, and then at the end, they can put in their natural language search. So I've said a luxury interior. I'm going to put in and have a place with large windows. It's hard to type whilst I have a microphone in my hand. Okay, cool. So preferences updated. I go to my dashboard. You guys can see that I have 10 matches now. I view my matches, time's up. You'll see the first match. Hopefully it's got big windows, a little bit. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, judges, raise your hand if you've got a question. Grab a microphone.
Hi, thank you so much. Tell us a little bit about who's building this. So your team and where are you guys at? Yeah, so start with team and then tell us a little bit, where are you at? Is this already, do you have traction?
Yes, so we launched a couple of weeks ago. The traction numbers, I'm more than happy to share if anyone is super interested. We're growing like 2 to 3% a day. We just crossed 500 users. Feedback is pretty good. People are engaging and inquiring on the listings. We have a pretty high time spent per listing, meaning that the matches are somewhat relevant, or at least that's what we infer from it. You can see the team on the slide up there. We've got some crypto bros. So Etienne on the team has won a Solana hackathon a few months ago. But primarily the bulk of us are people who have had experience with high scale, high volume, and trying to build systems that can operate anywhere.
You just brought up crypto. So is there Web3 integrated in this, or is this solely an AI product?
For the time being, there's no plans, but
Okay.
potentially over a long-term horizon, why not?
Anyone else have questions?
How do you make money?
Another slide, or do you want me to explain?
You're running out of time, so
Okay.
clear answers
we got
good
freemium and we got
answers.
energy supply, right? So energy in the UK is deregulated. That means it's a high margin, low competition space. Anyone can get a license. It's called a license light. We plan on getting that in the next 12 months. That's why we're seeking funding. Not today. I'm not here to fundraise. But once we have that license, we can provide energy to our users by having a personal relationship with them. So they can manage everything about their home through the platform.
Last
Anyone else?
question from the judges? Okay, well, that was great. No questions is usually a good thing.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Next up, we have CarbonSustain. Just hand it to the next people.
Do you have a laptop? Oh, okay. Then you can just speak.
Oh,
Yeah.
or I can
I
connect my
don't-
phone. Or...
Sure. Do you have a slide deck that you already
Yeah,
shared?
it was already submitted.
You submitted it?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Or do you have your laptop on you and you can do it later?
Yeah.
Or we can skip and
Come back.
yeah,
Mhm.
we can come back. We don't have time to spend time. Okay, so
Next up, let's bring up Spin.fashion. Fashion. Is Spin.fashion here?
Hello.
Hello,
Let's see.
welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome, it's up. Whenever you're ready.
There you go. Well, thank you everyone for being here. Maybe before starting, I'd just like to understand in the audience who's a startup and who's an investor. So startups. Alrighty, a lot of them. And investors. All right, not bad as well. Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, I'm Laura. I'm the co-founder of Spin.fashion. So we are a RWA-based DeepIn for smart products. And we're very lucky to have worked with many of the leading companies in luxury, art, and culture over the years. And what are we doing? Well, we're really helping brands and creators to create smart products. So what is a smart product? So if you think about a phone in the old days, you can just make a phone call and receive phone calls. So I have two use cases. And similar to t-shirts, you can only wear them and wash them, right? But then the smartphone came. And so with a smartphone, you can do almost anything. And that's thanks to iOS and Android, the operating systems. And so SpinOS makes t-shirts do almost anything and so much more, also tables and other objects. And so how we do that is we offer end-to-end smart products operating system with hardware and software solutions. So on one side, we have a back office to help brands upload products and connect them. And on the other side, we have a marketplace where brands can transact with the end users. Now, one of the key, let's say, applications for smart products are digital product passports. And this is a very important word because in 2027, these are going to be mandatory for all single textile-based products sold in Europe, creating a 62.5 billion demand of digital product passports in the next 3 years alone. And we're very well positioned to capture a large part of that. And so that's kind of the Trojan horse for us to enter the market. And then from there, we can then expand to other services through products. So you can do rewards, warranties, certificates, plug into gaming, and so much more. Like my t-shirt now is a smart product. And on the AI side, seeing as this is an AI-based event, we actually just announced our partnership with NVIDIA. We're part of the Inception program. And so we're building our AI infrastructure on piggybacking on their infrastructure.
30 seconds.
And to wrap it up, we have the partnership also with Stellar. So we're building our own token on Stellar Network, and the TGE is expected for Q1 next year. So if you're interested to learn more about that, we're happy. This is our team, IoT, Web3, and luxury. So that kind of positioned us. Thank you so much. Open to questions.
Great. Judges.
What's an example of how your technology is used today?
So this, what is an example of how, yeah, the tech is in use? So this t-shirt is a smart t-shirt. And these are actually how small the chips are. So our chips are very, very simple to install. We're now installing our tech in one of the factories in LA. It's called Cytex. And we're starting to do thousands of products with them. And for example, also with Stellar, we're discussing to do their merch. And if you guys are having startups, you can all use it. It's like a Shopify for Web3. You just subscribe $9 per month. And we send you the free hardware and you start connecting your products. You just buy the chips as you go. So anyone can use it. We're very happy to share more.
And then, sorry, I think I'm missing something here. So like there's the smart chip, and then if I read the chip, then what happens? Like what am I able to do?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, well, you can do a lot of things. So one, for example, is when you buy a product, you receive digital ownership on chain. So you can see these products, they become what we call phygital NFTs. So they're basically physical-based NFTs. And so that means that every product is tracked at the individual item level. Now, why this is interesting also for events is because then you can access token-gated events. You can plug it into a video game with a 3D model and wear it in other realities. So not only physically, but you can wear it also virtually. And then there's an app store that we're launching this month where digital product passports is going to be the first application, but we'll really see what the community comes up with to create more experiences.
any plans to expand to the luxury product side of things? Because I think with verification, like if you incorporate your chips into luxury products, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, luxury is actually the strongest use case. That's why we started with the luxury. Lower volume gave us a little bit more time to polish the product. And we're actually, this is a cool news that the CEO of Louis Vuitton China just joined our advisory board last week. So we're really stepping hard into luxury, and we're preparing big projects for China for internal systems in the LVMH group.
Awesome, congratulations.
Any last judge question? We have 20 more seconds. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And is CarbonSustain ready to present now? Please let us know when you're ready to present. And yes, yeah. Got it. If you can take care of that, let me know when you're ready. And we are going to move on to Valuenex. Is Valuenex here? Come on up, plug in, and we'll start the timer.
Okay.
We're off.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Fernando, and I'm here to introduce Valuenex. Imagine you are a venture capitalist or a business developer, or perhaps a Fortune 500 company looking to expand into the United States or acquire or invest in certain companies. My company is able to visualize hundreds of thousands of text data, think financial reports, research papers, patents, to be able to get a better understanding of where an entire landscape of specific industries are doing. Not only revealing what specific companies are doing and their directions, you can also see what specific people are doing as well. And it's one of the reasons why we're in business with a lot of Fortune 500 companies, especially in Japan, namely Honda and Sapporo, to name a few. And the goal here is to create value from a nexus of knowledge. And once again, imagine being able to take only 10 results or like whatever results you get from Google and being able to visualize it in one easy to understand, beautiful map to be able to see where an entire industry or entire industries are doing. And so with this, it allows you to be able to see, for example, the relationships between specific companies. And you can see their sources as well, where which countries they represent and are headquartered. You can look at specific countries as well. And if you wanted to look at, say, quantum computing, because that is what your company wants to do, you'd be able to see all the major areas, the viral areas, and the sparse areas, and kind of like where an entire industry is going. And you can also specify, for example, what patents, what directions companies are doing as well, from those big to those that are really small. And be able to compare and do a competitive analysis and so forth. And you can do this for a variety of things, from if you're an advertiser looking to look at specific ideas or create specific create news content. The ideas and functionalities are endless. So we hope you can try it out.
Perfect timing. Judges.
Who are some of your biggest competitors, and how do you differentiate from them?
So perhaps our biggest competitors would be like net-based Quid or Tableau, to name a few. But the key differentiator with us is our algorithms don't rely on, say, text-heavy reports like what Tableau or other companies are doing. We rely primarily on the radar itself to be able to create automated reports for us. For example, if I wanted to look at where the entire industry is going, all of this is automated. You can see what specific companies are doing and kind of like what the overall trends are in, say, space technology. You can see the direction of Google. And if you wanted to look further into, like for a specific cluster, you can also see kind of all the patents. Perhaps it could be 200 patents related to that specific company or companies as well. But simply put, there is simply not a software algorithm that is able to really take that visualization and then kind of like break it further into parts that is easy to understand, even to this day.
Got it. Thank you.
How big is the market for this product?
Hard to say, but if you're giving this in a global perspective, it could be in the order of tens, if not hundreds of billions, since there is this sort of need, especially amongst Fortune 500 companies, to be able to continue innovating and to be able to continue expanding into very specific regions, countries, and into specific niches of industries.
I have a question. I'm originally from Japan. I'm very curious why you already acquired so many Japanese clients.
Because this is a company that's actually began in Tokyo, but we have
Okay.
since, because of the amount of clientele we were able to provide and serve, we finally have an office in Palo Alto to be able to
Oh.
serve a greater base and to be able to expand further.
So you're trying to expand into US market actively more.
Yes, as still a small, relatively small startup business of sorts.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
So
And
yeah.
we're edging up on time. Any other burning questions? Otherwise, thank you. And a round of applause. And moving on to
For everyone else, please
New
connect with me on LinkedIn.
Foundation. It's Newfoundation here. Please come on up and plug in. There may have been a couple companies that didn't quite make. They are here. Okay, Newfoundation, come on up.
Thank you so much.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone. My name's Madvi. It's a nickname based on the first AI we made. Full name's Madeline. Co-founder of Newfoundation. Super great to be here. I hope my time is starting now. Yeah, so I just wanted to give a quick background. We started as actually the first consumer implementation of RLHF in 2018. This was a year after the OpenAI paper came out. And we created this app, which was super weird, called newlife.ai. We were lucky that we actually found some kind of product market fit pretty early, and we were selling a package for paying to upload your data for $30 a month in Europe, and we were targeting cultural creators. We went through the NVIDIA program, realized that with that high quality data set of very high quality cultural producers, we could start training models based on products that didn't exist yet. Farfetch came in as an investor, and basically we realized we had some kind of model here. But our main problem became the real problem we were actually solving, which is how do we get more data and learning signals that are standardized, which is pretty much the main problem of all AI company right now. So we started looking at how do we go past an initial niche, which we were growing in, and we started to basically build out a protocol. So we turned not only from this app, and this is how it looks now, we turned that into also a protocol. So we've been building up sort of like a collaborative, creative ChatGPT experience. And on the back end of that, we have two protocols. One is incentivized by staking to be able to produce this high quality feedback. And the other is open source. And that one is actually the magic key. That is our sort of secret sauce because it's about standardizing feedback data. And where we've got now is we have a really big pipeline in open source AI and decentralized AI of people who want to use this protocol. And we have about 800 token holders. We've done this pretty slowly so far, so we only raise on the token side. And we have founders from decentralized AI, some famous founders in Web3, some good funds such as C Club Ventures, Arca in New York. And now we're about to do our seed round in the different phases. So we're doing 5 million at 50. And yeah, we're kind of like a tight network because it's been the best way to grow an expert network that way. And this is the research center that we built. And that is the main thing I want to invite people here to join, which you can access here to get to our app. And here is my information if you want to talk more. Thanks.
Thank you. And judges.
Like, have you solved all the data problems you mentioned, like all the censoring or like the collecting from the open source? And how do you feel about, from you used to, I think, incubate at the NVIDIA, right? I guess that's very centralized. So like, what's the take on for this transition and all that?
Yeah, so specifically, we're focusing on the feedback data, and that has to have going forwards a huge emphasis, because if anyone here doesn't believe in human in the loop, I would like to have that debate. But that's really what we're focused on. And so the problem that we really got to is that every centralized app experience has its own schema for that feedback, whether it's a like or an upvote or something, and it ends up becoming centralized for that company. So even OpenAI are facing that problem. They can't scrape anymore, and they cannot get that level of feedback data. So what we invented with IPSP, the Immutable Point Standard Protocol, is an open source schema for standardizing how to share feedback in a cryptographic and privacy-based way, but in a way that can be shared because it's the level of the schema. And so you don't need to be involved in Web3 for that. And that's why we have a lot of interest from especially people doing active inference. So I studied at UCL, and we have a big ecosystem doing active inference in the work of Carl Friston. And that's what we focus on. So I think it's hedging towards this side of it. And the reason why we created a L1 was to be able to incentivize that, because you need to be able to have an economic model around this transaction.
Any more questions from the judges?
How much time do we have?
30 seconds.
Great question.
Wait, only judges. Do the judges want to ask that?
How does it make money?
Thanks. So there's different ways to make money. Our job as a foundation is to make sure that that's all flowing through the token. So through the token, there's different staking mechanisms. So you can stake into different pools. There's a transaction fee. So if you're a creator or someone providing data, you can earn from those transaction fees. I'm pretty sure everybody here should understand staking as a way to potentially earn money. We'll save the word potentially. And yeah, then also we have a subscription model, so that we try to create a focus on revenue so that we can sustain ourselves as independent companies and also as a foundation. So we run our app,
I think we're
which is basically, you need
kind
to
of
pay
out of
to use
time
it.
here, though, but I think that answers the question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt V. All right, next up we have Sunereum Labs.
Howdy, howdy. My name is Noel Myers. I'm founder and CEO of Sunereum Labs, where we're working to build new insurance products for the clean energy industry. I'm very proud today to be presenting for the first time in public a new protocol called Renegade Re, which works to address the biggest problem facing the renewable energy industry, which is lack of insurance capacity. Natural disasters are decimating clean energy assets to the tune of billions of dollars every year. This is causing insurers to increase their premiums and causing reinsurers, which is insurance for insurers, to back out of markets. This means we don't have enough capacity to underwrite new clean energy assets. Our solution is a new protocol that brings DeFi via restaking to the clean energy insurance market. Anecdotally, there's over $150 billion currently staked across Ethereum, Solana, and Avalanche. For less than 1% of that capacity, we can underwrite nearly $1.6 billion of clean energy assets. That's nearly 2 gigawatts of new solar capacity. The renewable energy market is massive, valued today at over $1 trillion and growing to nearly $6 trillion over the next 10 years. We don't have enough money to underwrite new assets today. We need DeFi to come to the rescue. Our team brings decades of experience across clean energy, Web3, insurance, and legal and regulatory compliance. I have 10 plus years of boots on the ground experience fixing solar and wind assets. My co-founder, Virshan Naiker, is based out of South Africa. He's been building and launching DeFi protocols since 2017. And then Simon Warsop was ex-chief underwriting officer for Aviva, which is one of the largest traditional insurance providers in the world. We're working to raise $10 million seed round to build and launch this protocol to save clean energy industry and the insurance market using DeFi. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Judges.
Classic question. How do you make money?
We're
I
going to
see,
be
okay.
making money off of yields and premiums.
Okay.
And so in this world, insurers that need to secure underwriting capacity to help mitigate their risk, they're going to be paying premiums into our reinsurance pools, and we'll be taking a small little slip here and there.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Thank you. Any other questions from the judges?
I'll go for market size.
Sure. So anecdotally, we're focused initially on the solar market. We're actually working to launch in New York. We've been accepted to InsurTech New York MGA Labs and are finalists for a New York State research and development opportunity. But solar today, there's over 170 gigawatts installed. That's roughly $170 billion in the US alone. So we're starting in the US and then working to go global.
But how big is the insurance market for these assets?
All of these assets need to be underwritten in order to secure financing. So existing assets could secure lower premium insurance, and all new assets also need insurance. So we're hoping to offer lower premium insurance that pays out more quickly using smart contracts, but that's a different story for a good time.
Thank you. Do we have time for one more? Or?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, did you have a question?
Do you have any like potential partnership like strategy?
Yep. So our initial partnership right now strategy is through the state of New York. So we're working with the New York State Research and Development Department. We're also applying to national competitions in Japan, Australia, and here in the US, the American Made Solar Challenge. And then we're working to go to market in South Africa and India as well, where I have some of my business partners. So these are all emerging solar markets. In particular, we're going to start with solar, then move to wind and battery assets as well.
How do you prioritize the market?
We're prioritizing the New York market right now because
Right
that's
now,
where we
okay.
have the most traction and where we have considerable actuarial, underwriting, and legal mentorship.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's go to Shrub Finance.
All right, hello, I'm John. I'm excited to talk to you today about how we're simplifying lending on DeFi. So first of all, at Shrub, we have a really good team. We've all been working in crypto since 2017. I worked for the world's largest payments processor in crypto. I built tools that process billions of dollars. Rachita's built and led UX teams, and Houston's designed a bunch of crypto products, including the Coinbase wallet. We've seen a lot of crypto holders in our time, and a lot of them have this problem. They have a lot of crypto, but they don't have a lot of cash. But sometimes they need to pay a bill or buy something. But they don't necessarily want to sell their crypto because they think it's going to go up in price, and also because there's going to be a capital gains tax. So the solution for them is crypto-backed loans. But the state of crypto-backed loans right now is kind of hard for these users. As you can see in the chart, this is the USDC borrow rate since Aave v3 launched. It's very volatile. It goes between, say, 3 and 18%. If you're taking a long-term loan with that, it's really hard to plan for the future. And then there were CeFi companies like Celsius and BlockFi that came in to solve this problem, but we know what happened to them. They mismanaged money, bankruptcies. No one trusts going to CeFi at this point. So let me show a demo of how we're solving this and making it really simple. So this is our app. Say I want to borrow 1,000 USDC. I choose the interest rate. I have 4 different choices, and you can see the collateral updates as I choose a different interest rate. just gonna press continue and get a summary screen. So borrow pops up in my MetaMask, and I'm going to confirm this transaction. And just like that, I've put in the ETH collateral and I've gained USDC, 1,000 of that. So you can see that right there. So market opportunity, billions of similar loans are done by CFI and DeFi platforms, 300 million by BlockFi, and Aave alone has over 7 billion in loans. This is a product that we really felt had to get built because like me myself got affected by the Celsius bankruptcy. It was terrible. Crypto holders don't deserve that. They need something better, and that's what we're building. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Can you tell us a little bit about your competitors and what makes you different?
Yeah, sure. So the competitors, first of all, are going to be like Nexo. So that is your CFI platform. They have a similar strategy as we do, LTV based lending, where the higher your or the more collateral that you put in, the better rate that you get. But we think there's a lot of people that are hesitant to use centralized platforms after what the examples that you've seen with other centralized platforms going bankrupt. Then there's Aave and Compound, which are the main like Ethereum-based lending platforms right now. And I think they're great. And we're actually building on top of Aave. But the problem is, like I was showing, if you want to do like a long-term loan, it's variable rate and it's just very like, it's very hard to plan for that. And so we think there's a big base of users ready to go and take fixed rate loans in DeFi if we're able to provide the simplified offering. Yep.
If you offer fixed rates for your users, how do you deal with fluctuations and what does that look like under the
Yeah,
hood?
so I didn't get into how we're making money on this exactly, but the kind of the secret sauce of this is the collateral that people bring into our platform. We're depositing that into Aave, and then we're taking Aave loans, and we're like, so we're taking this variable rate loan, and we're giving the user a fixed rate loan. We're taking like a 3% spread on top of that, whatever that rate is. And so when the Aave rates go up, we're going to be adjusting our rates up as well. And we're also going to be hedging the Ethereum that basically we're exposed to with some put options. So basically, like, we're hedging for the future.
Any other questions from the judges?
Do you guys already have traction? Where are you at in terms of?
So we've launched on Sepolia, but it's not a mainnet product yet. So we don't have like the actual users yet. I would say we're about 80% done with the product. We've built up a community of 5,000 people. We've talked to like 600 people, done interviews to get this sort of understanding of what these users are looking for. But yeah, we're still a couple months out from the launch in production.
What's your go-to-market strategy?
I was just gonna ask that. Look at you, Tyler.
Yeah, so I mean, the time's up, but like go-to-market strategy, we're in talks with some crypto, like people that are influential in the crypto space right now. We're planning on engaging with them and also leveraging our existing community that we have.
Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you. Next up, we have Superflex. Superflex.
Hey everyone, my name is Ibek. So first I want to start with asking how many people here are technical? Okay, and how many people here wrote front-end code? Okay, cool. So we're building Superflex, and we help engineers write front-end code 10 times faster. So this is an actual image of a developer trying to write front-end code. And this was us as well. Me and my co-founder were building our previous company, and we spent half of the time in the front end, making everything look pixel perfect. So we knew that there had to be a better way to do this.
Yeah, writing front-end code is boring, time-consuming, and often doesn't follow best design principles. So a solution that we have is an AI. We have two products. We have a VS Code extension that allows any engineer to input images, prompts, Figma files, and get code that's in your existing coding style using your existing UI components. So basically code that's production ready, not like code that you get from Figma. And we also have an API that we sell to businesses and help them build their own code gen solutions as well. This is our team. I used to be a product manager at various B2B and B2C companies, and I built a social networking app that got 100,000 users. And my co-founder was a founding engineer at Tenderly. Some of you may know it. And he built a previously VS Code extension that got more than 250,000 installs. As of today, we have some traction. We launched literally a month ago. We have 3 design partners using us, and we have a small group of beta testers. We'll be launching our full product next week, so follow us on our journey. And yeah, excited to talk to you all.
This one again, how do you make money?
Yes. So we have different subscriptions. We have individual, $19 a month, company business plan, $49 per month, and then we also charge for an API as well. Yep.
Why would people use you over existing code gen solutions?
Great questions. Yeah, so there are different tools out there. Like we built this because we couldn't find something that we could use. There are tools like GitHub Copilot, Tab9, Codium, Cursor that help you with your existing code. They help you finish your lines of code, which is great. We use it as well. Then there are no-code solutions like V0, like other no-code solutions, but they don't help existing engineers in their existing workflows. So we want to fit in exactly for engineers who want to write new code, but using their existing components. So a lot of the existing solutions don't do that.
The Web3 component.
There's no Web3. We're AI. So
It's okay.
Yep.
It's an AI Web3 pitch competition. It's okay.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Next up, we have Good for Work. We'll have Good for Work present, and then we'll take a little break. We'll take about 10-minute break, and then we'll have our next round of presenting companies. Actually, just before you get started, I misspoke there. We'll have another 1 or 2 presentations before the break.
So I guess, yeah. So hi everyone. I'm Geraldine.
The microphone a little closer.
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone. I'm Geraldine, the founder and CEO. Yes, this is the next speaker behind. Because the laptop will be available for our speakers that couldn't present beforehand. So anyway, so this is mine, Good for Work. I'm the founder and the CEO of Good for Work, a total talent recognition software in Web3. So we coined the term of proof of recognition with blockchain badges that recognize skills and soft skills in the flow of work. So recent research reveals a stark 79% of US participants mistrusting businesses' ability to handle AI ethically. We built a blockchain platform that helps reduce biases in talent management to complement AI HRIS talent management software. So when I was HR in exec in talent management, I was frustrated during career committees because of biased discussions about people's performance, deciding about people's professional future and basically lives. So I dreamed of relying on accurate data sets captured in the flow of work with 360 degrees inputs from different categories, customers, peers, managers. That's why I created Good for Work. And our vision is to create that fair, highly productive and inspiring workplace using blockchain technology for talent recognition. And by the way, recognition is the first driver of employee engagement. So Good for Work provides trusted employee data sets using blockchain. And I liked that you put you could say that blockchain is a security layer of AI. This is what we do, provide trusted employee data set using blockchain to ensure that HRIS AI software collects diverse sources of data to identify employee skills and soft skills. Yeah, so very quickly, the market for AI data governance is significant, especially in talent management and workforce analytics market. Plus, we are at the crossroad of the employee experience market as well. So our first use case are both in France and in the US. And,
we are cutting a little bit into our QA time.
Yeah, that's okay. I think I will answer the questions. So the company is incorporated in Delaware, US, and Luca is located in France. And we have the marketing here in the US, and we have two momentums: skills-based organizations and worldwide compliance obligations around AI, building responsible AI and limiting harm to individuals in Europe and in the US. Fair talent management processes and practices are critical to avoid discrimination. So this is why we decided to build our own product after testing out several partnerships in blockchain before building. And we want to combine a global open source standards, the open badge technology, and to plug in into our own architecture, which is already there, and to plug that into HRIS software.
So we have 1
That's
minute
all.
for questions. Judges.
Do you guys currently have any traction already? Have you already launched?
Yes, so we tried out with different partnerships, and we have two use cases. So we have two categories of customers. One is about communities and freelancer platform and DAOs, and the other one is enterprise. So it's a B2B software, and we are targeting industries and enterprise which want to be ahead of the market, like consulting industry. So our first use case is with the consulting industry, and it's all about recognizing skills, but then in the flow of work, making sure to capture all this data and these inputs to make it credible and the non-blockchain.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you. Since why don't we keep your computer up there and let's go to CarbonSustain before our break, and then we'll take a little break. So CarbonSustain.
Thank you so much, Good for Work, and sorry about the lack of preparation here. But here we go. All right, so I'm a co-founder of CarbonSustain. We're here to streamline emissions and help people get to net zero. So there's a lot of mandated processes right now with a lot of legislation. Specifically, Senate Bill 253 in California requires the top 10,000 revenue companies in California in order to report their emissions by next April. And along with this, there's a lot of SAC and CSRD movement, as well as large companies requiring their smaller companies to even get their scope 1, 2, and 3, which is going to be scope 3 is going to be the upstream and downstream, so the supply chain. So all these companies need to report all their emissions. And the SEC gives a conservative estimate of 500,000 as a cost per company per year. And so we are here to be able to slash these costs and time by 50% by AI insights for decarbonization, as well as some blockchain solutions. So there's a lot of companies focusing on the top 1,000, a lot of greenly, sustained life personified, but we're focusing more on the small and medium businesses and enabling them to do a lot more automation software. We're also using a more decentralized blockchain-based carbon credits that has more DMRV in order to make sure they're really safe. So the way we go through this is to get the emissions calculations through EPA regulated methods. And this is all proven by our professor, Matthew Potts from UC Berkeley. And then we get the AI-driven actionable insights, and we have our blockchain partner here from Intrinsic Methods to get high-quality carbon credits. And we automate a lot of reports, such as going to CDP. So here's an integration. We have all the information from afforestation going into these DMRVs. And then from there, we put it on the XRP ledger, and we're also connecting with other sources such as Vera as well. So there's a really big market right now, even just looking at the carbon accounting, which is just one aspect of our company. And so we have various sort of packages. So we have a 10K a year for the small and medium businesses. And for larger companies, we have more 50K a year with more customized software. So right now we have 110K in revenue. We have a proposal for ETH Denver, as well as working with Berkeley Haas and Mr. Dodia, which is a Amazon vendor, one of the many companies that are requiring their sub-companies to make more of these carbon accounting data. So here's our team, and we've raised 50K non-dilutive. We're looking for funding, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. And judges.
Thank you so much. Can you touch a little bit more on your team and why you guys are the right people to be tackling this?
Yeah, so Grant Lagon has been in the sustainability field for 11 years. Paul's been in the full stack software for 10 plus years, and I've been doing a lot of specific blockchain and AI, being at the blockchain accelerator, as well as working open source for the carbon accounting platform for the Hyperledger. And so with this, we have a lot of great advisors from people like Skydeck, Valuenex, connecting us to a lot of the organizations in India and trying to see where the carbon accounting goes there, as well as hedge fund ESG data to see what kind of ESG data, not only from a corporate standpoint, but from an investor standpoint, people are looking into. And finally, we have a Haas faculty who is the official head of the carbon accounting at UC Berkeley. So we have a really good legal and technical, and we also have a recent CFO that's not on here yet as well.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right. Well, do we have time? I can ask one more. So you talked a little bit about the partnerships that you have kind of in the pipeline. Are any paying customers yet, or just kind of in the pipeline?
Yeah, so Berkeley Haas, we already have the revenue, and then Mr. Dia's LOI for the end of the year. So then that's going to be by when we need to fill out the reports. And the ETH Denver, we're still working out the proposal, so we're still in the talks for there.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for Good for Work for helping us out.
Thank you very much. Okay, so let's take a little break here, and we're going to come back, and NettyWorth will be the next next company up, but we will come back so let's give it 10 minutes, be back in the seats and up and running. So we're a few minutes behind, but we'll make up some time here. Great presentation so far, everybody. Thank you very much.
Hey, I love this look.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Janine.
I know. We met at the event.
Are you presenting now?
No, I need a break. I was presenting today 4 times from 5:30.
Jesus, where were you presenting?
Why?
Okay, just doing ready.
I'm not as a machine as this guy. Like I'm stuff. The Terminator was me.
Just gotta push through. Looking forward to your presentation. I love the class. I know you did it. I
Everybody, we're going to be settling back down in just a moment. So grab a bite, grab another drink. Be prepared for another exciting round of presentations. So let's get rolling in just about 5 minutes. And extra credit for cleaning up after ourselves. Does this reach out here? Okay, here we go. Judges, take your seats. Presenters, on your marks. We're going to get started with Netty Worth here. Timer starts now.
Not yet, not quite yet.
Last borrowed NFT real world asset done.
Yeah, what's your presentation?
I did the play. I just got I just saw it yesterday. And I'm like, oh, I saw the like I just got back. I was just got back from AI. We actually talked with Draper a while ago.
Okay, here we go. Up, Aaliyah has closed the doors. Do we have all our judges? Bernie. Is Bernie in the house?
Bernie might be going to the bathroom or something.
Here we go. Okay, let's get going. I will get a
can start
2
the
minutes
timer.
and 30 seconds on the clock.
All right. Hey, everyone. My name is July. I'm a two-time founder and former fintech executive. Before starting NettyWorth, I was actually offered the CEO position. And yes, I ended up building this. The first lending AI protocol that creates loan recommendation to match borrowers and lenders for both digital and real-world assets. Over the past 10 months, we reached 52 million in wallet value connected, over 5,000 monthly active users, over 60K in generated revenue, and already raised over 1.5 million from some of the top VCs, Acacia Blockchain Founders Fund, Royal Capital, Republic, London Real Ventures, Gabby from YGG, and a bunch of folks from YC. So yeah, the problem that we're solving with Web3, particularly with loans, is that it's fragmented and it's an actual manual loan experience. What that means is that both the borrower and the lender need to manually find each other. So again, what we do is we scan through the wallet data and we're able to see what assets you could borrow against and also how much crypto you're holding, so we could provide a lending recommendation to the user. And this is how we increase liquidity. Why now? The market just recently surpassed $2 billion in Q1, and it's growing at around 44%. We're targeting 15% of a $3.2 billion market by next year. And again, in the past 10 months, the 5,000 plus active users, the 52 million in wallet value connected. But most importantly, we have NFT marketplaces, trading apps, and games that are contacting us to use our protocol. What does that mean? They're going to be using our technology to provide liquidity to their users. This is the team, again, two-time founders, multiple exits, advisors from YC, Christian, and also Triton, the third largest liquidity provider in the world. Our go-to-market strategy is very simple. We're targeting users who own cryptocurrency and also collect either digital or real-world assets, and partnering up with dApps, trading platforms, and again, like games. So for instance, Gabby from YGG invested in us because he basically wants to use our protocol for his top 5 gaming investments. What separates us? We leverage our data with AI to provide new loan recommendation. That's really what sets us apart. And we make money by charging a marketplace fee for each loan we transact. And again, we're raising 2 million and already raised 1.5 million for our pre-seed round.
Thank you. All right, judges.
Yeah, good job. I feel like I kept having questions pop up in my head and then you would answer them. Tell us a little bit more. I think you touched on this on the last slide, but what's the roadmap look like? So you have some traction. What's next for you guys? Where are you heading?
Yeah, so our TGE goes live in Q4. We're thinking of around November. As far as the product side, there's going to be about $15 to $20 million that are going to enter our protocol in around mid-October, and that's mostly going to come from Triton and some of our advisors that are putting up the liquidity. So we're going to be able to transact millions of dollars of loans within the next 60 days.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Why does this have to be AI?
Very important, because everyone wants to talk about lending, but the real problem with lending is that both the borrower and the lender are waiting for each other. So for instance, Triton, the third largest liquidity provider, contacted us because he said, when I go and give out, or I want to borrow against my Bored Ape, I have to wait for a lender to find me. And what our system does is scans through every wallet data that's using our protocol or have connected to our system to create loan recommendation. So think of it like an AI agent that's basically understanding how much crypto you're holding and providing loans opportunity for you to use that crypto to earn more money, right? And then we learn basically behavior patterns, what assets and for what amount.
Makes sense. Thank you.
How did you start this business? What made you to start this business?
Yeah, so it's so funny. I walked into my CEO's office and I said, hey, I have this incredible idea so people could calculate their total net worth. That's why the name is Netty Worth. And I was a big investor in non-traditional assets. That means like think of Rolex watches, art, digital collectibles. So I was still investing in the stock market, but this passion comes from over 5 years before I was even entertaining the blockchain. And what I realized is that people need an easier way to access liquidity for their assets. It doesn't matter if it's digital or an RWA.
Why AI? What does AI have to do with this?
Yeah, correct. So basically, our AI model will learn through the loan recommendation. So if you're a lender, we will learn what assets you like to lend on for what amount, right? And then we could create loan recommendation based on that behavioral pattern. The same thing for the borrowing side, where the borrower will scan through the system and understand what assets they could borrow. And we're using AI to basically think of the data that's being compounded because we know floor price, liquidity, etc.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, next up we have Bizzed. We have Bizzed in the house. So drop the mic after the presentation.
I'll try to do it twice. Well, hello. I'm Janine, and we are frozen. No, we're not. There we go. I'm the founder of Bizzed. We are currently in one of the biggest wealth transfers we've ever observed. So 75 million baby boomers are going to retire by 2030. Those people own a lot of different assets. You're probably thinking houses and you're thinking savings you might be inheriting from your granddad or grandma. But it turns out these people have also been really, really productive. They own about 50% of all privately held businesses in the US. And that actually makes up 40% of the US GDP, or in other words, a shitload of money. And I don't know about you, but I would love 1% of those 5.1 trillion, just one, just 51 billion. I'd like them in my pocket. And we are not the only one who want to look into this market. The search term for how to buy a business has actually been trending upwards. And it's not the Ivy League kids and it's not the PE bankers who are looking into this. It's your average Joe who thinks about how he could buy a laundromat on electricians. Now, it turns out not everybody is an investment banker and things can be difficult. And what we do is basically similar to how Shopify removed barriers to entry and friction for an e-commerce shop and for you to run your e-commerce shop. We do that for acquiring a business, analyzing it, knowing what the next steps are. And in this regard, we're leveraging a lot of AI tech. The most interesting part is that we can actually automatically underwrite because our legal counsel signs off what the AI produces, which is not the case for most AI tech, legal tech startups. And then we connect that to, you're guessing it, global capital markets via crypto. And then you can not only analyze, but also finance a business. We've done a lot of interesting things beforehand. My co-founder was a founding engineer at companies backed by Blocksee, Orange DAO, Coinbase Ventures. I did a quick stint at McKinsey and Oxford, hence a little bit of the private equity interest. So seasoned founders. He actually had an exit just before AI became cool and just before they decided to put a wrapper around GPT and give it a chat interface. We have lovely backers, one of the reasons I'm here. Thank you to Solana. And if you would love to connect with me, I'm currently looking for people in the private equity or banking sector and for angels that have some strategic value add.
Let's go to the judges.
Why would someone use this versus acquire.com?
It is not a marketplace. So you go to acquire.com to find a business, normally more of a SaaS or an e-commerce business. But what we do is tell you if the business is actually good. So going back to if you find the local laundromat that you think you could buy over and run, not operate, very big distinction. How do you know it's good? What do you know is the next step? So you've heard of seller financing, which is where you don't pay for the business. The owner gives you a loan and you pay him back from the profits of the business. But how do you even negotiate about this? How do you go about this? How do you approach them? How do you know if the area is actually having enough foot traffic? Or maybe for laundromats, the area is up and coming, and we can see a lot of renovations on recent satellite imaging, which our agents can access and tell you, ooh, this might be tricky because if the area is up and coming, more people own a washing machine in the house, they won't use a laundromat. All of those niche little facts and details that you should be considering, we have trained our LLMs on, and we're able to walk you through for this specific case for what you should consider for buying a laundromat in a city like San Francisco versus Ohio.
So essentially, if I want to buy a laundromat and I know of a laundromat in my local area, so I just put in some information and ask some questions.
You can give us a Google Maps address, a website link, a file document. So if you're working with brokers, you often get an investment memo, a summary, and that's basically, it's not like you upload one document and you're done. You upload a document, we give you a preliminary analysis, and then we take you on a journey and tell you these are the next questions you should be asking. These are the risk areas you should be looking into. And now you go and talk to the lender, or you go and talk to the owner and come back with more information. And so we take you collaboratively through that journey until you arrive at a very good point where you know the biggest risks and the biggest strength.
Any traction or?
Come again?
Any traction yet?
Yeah, like interactive.
No.
Oh, traction, sorry.
Traction.
Yeah. We released the MVP 3 weeks ago, and we've been growing user numbers at like 110, 119% week over week the last 3 weeks.
How many users do you have now?
Around 26.
That's okay. You guys just launched. Oh, I think we're out of time. Okay. Thank you so much. That was great. Thanks, Janine.
Thank you. Next up is Dip Rewards.
No, don't.
Oh, Drip
Drip.
Rewards.
Yeah, he's here. Good job, Janine.
I'll hold this for you. I said I hold this for you. So you know I'm a very supportive founder.
Extra point.
You look pretty good to go. Computer says no. I hope judges say yes.
Thank you.
This is so dark.
Nice to meet you. I'm Toli. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Drip Rewards. Drip is a decentralized fan engagement platform that lives at the intersection of Web3, AI, and loyalty rewards. We launched in January of this year, and completely organically, we spent exactly $0 on marketing. We've got almost 900 brands and a 2.1 million member reach across all of these brands. So our platform is resonating with both traditional brands like Jarritos and crypto brands that are looking to engage their community members. So our thesis is that loyalty is dead. We're seeing success with our platform because the traditional loyalty programs are failing. They're just boring, like they're centralized, and they don't resonate with modern consumers. So about 71% of you have switched to a competitor brand over this last year, and you've forgotten over half of the loyalty programs that you're a part of. And 9 out of 10 businesses are actually changing up their loyalty programs in the next 3 years. So over the next 3 to 4 years, the Gen Z buying power is going to take up almost a third of the global income, right? And the gamification market is set to reach, a roughly 50 billion, right? And Gen Z loves games, and they're really plugged into community as well. And 64% of brands actually now recognize that community building is absolutely critical for their success, right? So Web3 is really ahead of the curve because every single Web3 brand, they have a community, or at least most. So our product actually gamifies engagements and automates growth across 3 different products. I guess I'll finish there, but this is our team. We've got some great experience, and we're doing a fundraise right now.
Great, thank you. Hopefully we'll cover some of the other stuff through the questions.
just very quickly, if you could talk more about how you're like building that engagement that you talked about.
Can you say it again?
The engagement that's lacking in these days, like how are you building on it? Could
Right.
you just touch upon that quickly?
Yeah, so right now, our core product is a Discord app that you install. And it increases engagement by about 30% and retention by about 30% and social activity by about 6x. That's our 1.0 product. 2.0, we're creating a marketplace, kind of like a Shopify for fan engagement where you can pick and choose all of the different rules that apply, for the loyalty system.
Gotcha. And how is it? So there are games that fans are playing that increase engagement? Is that how it's working?
It's a points system. It's a points economy, right? Like traditional points economies, they're really boring. Like you buy a coffee and you get 1 point, and after you get 10 points, you can get a free coffee. That's boring, right? So the way that we do it is we let you pick and choose the way that people can earn these points. Anything from holding Web3 assets to playing games to to liking a post on Instagram to creating a blog post, right? So people can earn points that way. And they can use points inside of a game to buy a skin, to purchase merch from you, to tip other people. Like imagine you could tip me your Starbucks points, right? So that's the kind of like a Zapier for loyalty rewards.
Gotcha, makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you have time? Can you touch a little bit more on your team?
Sure. Yeah, so Scott, CTO, he's actually going to be at Draper here at the end of the week. So Scott was a PayPal senior staff engineer, and he created the Pay Later button. If you ever checked out with PayPal, there's a Pay Later button. That was all him. Michael currently works at Animoca for product strategy. He's with us part-time. He's really, really good at biz dev and product. And we've got 4 other team members between development and support.
Nice. Thank you, Toli.
Thank you.
Good job.
Great. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Blink AI. Do we have Blink AI in the house? Okay, if not, we're going to jump right ahead to Bloxee. I know we have Bloxee in the house.
All right.
Great job. Thank you.
Good job.
Hey everyone, I'm Eric Forst. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bloxy. We're a Web3 data platform for AI model building. So we imagine an agentic economy where AI agents are making financial transactions, crypto to crypto transactions. And whether you're building an AI model or you're building an AI agent, you need good data. So there's a problem discovering quality data in Web3. Data is siloed on thousands of different chains, and data lacks context. Data is much more usable and useful and actionable. You can correlate a wallet address to a social ID or to a place or to other types of behaviors. So our solution is an on-chain plus off-chain data index that's very useful for AI models and agents. We take unstructured data, bring it into our indexing platform with all of the labels and pre-embeddings. Then we deliver the API that's useful for AI agents, models, and a GPT interface that we imagine building. The Blocksee data analyzer will be something like a Zapier for Web3 that will let you connect disparate data sources to make those contextually relevant decisions using blockchain data. So for example, when traffic from Meta clicks through to my WordPress website to create an ETH wallet using their email address to register, please sort the correlated email and wallet addresses into a CSV spreadsheet and sync wallet data at any user CRM profiles with an existing email from this CSV in my Salesforce. So these are the kinds of agentic workflows and automation that we imagine and that we want to run our businesses. We have a proof of concept right now. We're training AI models for a new BitTensor subnet that is using our wallet history data to create a wallet risk assessment rating that's useful for AI, useful for crypto wallets and crypto payment processors. Building on that proof of concept, we have signed a marketing agreement with Spending Power. They have 250,000 crypto wallets that are on their e-commerce platform live today. They're using their first-party data with our on-chain data to build agents using GaiaNet, which is a decentralized agent network. Our revenue model is selling API subscriptions, rev shares with blockchains, and premium subscriptions to our ChatGPT style interface. We're building in the $3 billion AI training data set market, and I'm looking forward to your questions.
Bloxy, judges.
Can you tell us a bit more about your team?
Yeah. So I started delivering AI for business solutions in 2008. I was the head of business development for Visible Technologies, which is one of the first social media sentiment analysis companies. Our CTO, Matt, is based in Spain. He's a full stack dev, has delivered gamified advertising platforms. Our head of engineering, Thomas Niedermeyer, is based in Berlin. He was the CTO of AnyTech365, which is one of the fastest growing tech companies in Europe. Our CMO, Josh, is based in LA. He's a social media ad buyer and runs a marketing agency on the side as well. No other questions?
I know. I was just like, you touched on everything. Like, you got the go-to-market.
This was normally a 5-minute pitch, so I tried to
Yeah,
get it
no,
all in
good
there.
job.
Thanks.
I guess I'm curious. I know I asked this someone else, but I am curious. Like, what does your roadmap look like? So, what's next for you right now? And what?
Yeah,
next
so
chapter.
we're raising money so that we can massively build out our index. Our index right now is just on Ethereum and Polygon, has about 10 million wallets indexed. So it's really a detailed staffing plan of hiring about 15 devs, indexers, front-end engineers, AI data scientists for a 6-month sprint. Then the team reduces down. So we imagine spending $1.5 million over the 12 months. We've got 200,000 in grants from Manifest, which is part of Morpheus Network, and we raised $250,000 in our angel round.
And what does your traction look like? Can you go over that again?
Yeah, so it's a proof of concept with a BitTensor subnet 14 called Paladin. They're using our wallet history data to do a wallet risk assessment model in that BitTensor subnet. And then we have the spending power agreement where we're going to use it's a combination of their first party data with our on-chain data to power GaiaNet agents.
Nice. Thank you so much. Any other questions from the judges? I think we're at time anyways, so that's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric and Bloxy. Next, we have Saga. Come on up.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Russell, the co-creator of Saga, and we build AI tools for filmmakers. So meet Tig, who works in the film industry as a stunt coordinator, but dreams of becoming a Hollywood producer. Needs to make their own films first to get discovered. Tig is new to screenwriting, but easily gets started typing Shadow Protocol as the title, with a logline about a retired army operative, and then clicking generate to get ideas for a compelling theme about personal redemption. Tig enters basic details about all the characters, like the hero John Mercer, but needs help selecting from archetypes like the rebel to make John multidimensional and relatable. After structuring the story, Tig is ready to start screenwriting, and Saga has a full script editor with the styles and hotkeys screenwriters are used to. When Tig gets notes from their agent recommending a scene to be 30 seconds longer and more dramatic, Saga effectively helps them rewrite at the click of a button. And yes, if writer's block hits and Tig needs a first draft for the next line or scene, Saga is there to help. It knows all the plot, the characters, the acts, helping come up with the perfect dialogue. But that's not all. Saga is also a full storyboarding application, letting Tig select from common shot types with simple teaching guides since they're new to cinematography. We've even started adding animation features next, letting Tig pre-visualize each scene. So in just a few days, Tig can make their idea a reality with a full screenplay and storyboards ready to shoot. This is something we know from experience can take years, and tens of thousands of dollars hiring experts to help. We relaunched in the fall, growing 30% a month in revenue since then, with 45% of users converting to paid from our free trial and a 2,000% increase in monthly users from our freemium sign up. We're hearing great feedback from major producers, Breaking Bad, American Psycho, who tell us how amazing and impressive Saga is for story development, with nearly 80,000 YouTube subscribers and millions watching our demos. We'll get to 100 million in ARR by capturing nearly 500,000 of the creatives in film, gaming, and the creator economy globally. And our team is perfect for this. With a Hollywood filmmaker and AI product manager, we're brothers who've been making movies together for over 30 years. And we do have Web3 on the roadmap. We're going to build the first paid dividend opt-in image generator so we can be an artist-friendly company. So yeah, thank you. I'm Russell, and we built Saga, AI tools for filmmakers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Judges.
Can you dive a little bit deeper into who your customer is exactly?
Yeah, so far it's been aspiring screenwriters. So everybody in my brother's network, people who work on set that do stunts and costumes and makeup, they all have a dream to be a writer/director. So if they didn't go to film school, they take writing classes at night. They use our product because it's sort of a teaching tool as you go. We started heading out to film schools, so students use it to learn screenwriting in a fun way because it's with their own idea. And we've now moved up from consumers to production companies, professionals, and studios. So Michael Bay Cinema is using the app to write a new show for HBO. We're having demos with NBC Universal, the Russo brothers, and yeah, a bunch of people in Hollywood that now that the strike's over and can use AI are excited to test it out.
How much traction do you have right now?
We're in the low thousands of users. That's a freemium model. People are paying $20 a month. But we've been growing at 30% a month in MRRs since our September relaunch. So yeah, paid users. Yep.
What's the MRR number?
4,000. Yeah.
Any competition?
Yeah. So we started in 2021 when we sort of came out of stealth. We saw a few apps pop up. One of them just does storyboards. It doesn't work well. Their idea is you upload your script, it does all the storyboards. We've interviewed hundreds of people. They don't want that. They want to go scene by scene and make it their movie. Others are doing the ideation phase. So storyboard AI, Plot.dot's doing the ideation, something new called LTX Studio. None of their backgrounds are in filmmaking. They're coming from other startups that didn't work and pivoting, and their apps look like ours. But we really believe in us because we built the original tool for my brother, who's worked in Hollywood for 15 years on shows like Suits and The Boys and writes screenplays. And so we really understand the customers. That's why we think we'll win.
Can you share a bit more about the Web3 part, like integration?
Yeah, so basically, we don't retrain on our users' data when they're writing, and so it clued into me that it's hypocritical that, oh, we won't train on your data, but all the people's data on the internet that's being scraped, they didn't have a choice. So we want to use image generators, but we don't want to use the Lion 5B data set, which has watermarked images, child pornography, and other stuff. So we're going to use blockchain to either have proof of ownership through copyright registration or other means, track who owns stuff. They can opt in, upload it to our database. We'll put Stable Diffusion, which is open source, on top of it. And then it's like fair trade coffee beans. So you use our generator, which is a little bit more expensive, but you know that the dividends through Solana smart contracts will be paid back to all the people whose work is in the image generator. I can talk more about that later.
Thank you. Thank you, Saga. Next up, we have Gino Bank.
Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be with you. My name is Daniel Uribe. I am the CEO and co-founder of Gino Bank.io. And basically, we are building a Web3 family health vault. We're already backed by our friends from Ava Labs, the creators of Avalanche, Techstars Web3, and Expert Dojo in Los Angeles. I was inspired in 2017. I was already working in blockchain while my son, one of my sons, I have four kids, the smallest was diagnosed with a rare disease. And I was into genomics right away, but most of the things into the legal provenance or the journey of all biosamples. So I had some previous cybersecurity background, so I decided to patent world's first Web3 DNA collection kit that can pair with a wallet and is represented by an NFT. It was very, very early, 2017 was like the CryptoKitties kind of version. So the first problem we solve is, here's a human biosample. We tokenize this as a NFT. We call it a bio NFT. That's our patent. Then we create a virtual machine, so you can control the encryption inside of it. So it is a health vault, and the rest is we connect it to the world, right? So I have a small demo. So this is how my vault looks like. So I have two data sets. The first one is a 23andMe kind of data set, and the second one is my whole genome. So what can I do with this? We're building apps. So let me show you, for instance, how does my ancestry looks into our public biosample attribution explorer. So I can share this. I can show my biostaking rewards because I can share my data and earn some tokens. But the most interesting part for today is that I can interrogate my data using AI. But the main thing is that we are looking for the privacy because everything is in the capsule of each family or each individual. So all these conversations are owned and controlled by the family and not by the LLM or the GPT company. Actually, this is in Spanish because I come from Mexico, so the LLMs is all over there. So we're not currently raising any money. So just if somebody's interested in DeSci or decentralized genomics, laboratory data, please contact me. I have my QR code while we go to the Q&A, please. Thank you very much.
Judges.
What's your traction look like right now?
So we have 6,600 individuals, 42 families so far. It's 1 billion biosamples only in the US that are sent to laboratories every year.
You think privacy is a concern if you're concerned about like a rare disease? Wouldn't you want more of your data? Like, if I have a rare disease, I want more and more people to look at it and maybe try to figure out like a solution. You know, maybe I don't want to just keep that data private. What are your thoughts on that?
Totally. Now the data is private. Is an NFT. Is vaulted. Actually, that's our patent. But yes, so we have proof of variation. Actually, we are the owners of Variance DAO, which basically connects people using genetic variants. So this is lack of time, but I can talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe in a future where families are DAOs, they are connected, and they are helping each other with physicians and everything. So everything is connected, but now no corporations.
Okay. Thanks.
What is the call and the biggest blocker for you?
The biggest booker?
Yeah, blocker. Like what's blocking you?
Oh,
yeah.
the wallet adoption for normies, let's say. But we solve that by using Wallet Connect, Magic Links, and yeah. But basically, that's still the major issue. But besides that, people love it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So creating a Web3 identity. Yeah.
Have you thought about partnering up with, so there's a company called MyNucleus, for example, and they're starting to do more of these testing, like they give you testing kits, they take your data and then give you reports on what diseases you could have. Have you thought about maybe providing them with the data, like partnering up with them and just providing them with the data, and then having their technology sort of look at the data?
Our main go-to market is to provide the bio wallet, as we call it. So all the Web2 kind of version that people like, they are asking people to upload their data sets. It's kind of our target. The problem is that these Web2 companies, they don't like us because they will lose control over the data of people. Because basically what we do is we already provide the reports without disclosing the data. Yep.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we have H3 Entertainment.
Sorry, I stole the mic from you.
All right, good evening. My name is Jason Lai. I am the co-founder and CEO of H3 Entertainment. We are the Hollywood guys. My co-founders have been in the space for over 30 plus years, with one of the co-founders being ex-Oscar president and ex-Marvel BOD, Sid Ganis. Being in the traditional filmmaking process, a lot of pain points. Too long, takes a lot of time, a lot of money. We don't know what the users want, so we have to do reboots, which you guys are all tired of. And your mobile phones are keeping you out of the theaters. Now, what we're doing is our go-to-market product is called Mini Shorts, which is a short form video revenue platform. This year in Q1 alone was 146 million that short series have generated. In the US, it's called Real Shorts, REELSHORT, Real Short. They generated $52 million in Q1 alone. However, the problem is it's very telenovela. It's I Love My Werewolf Brother. It's 80% female. And what we're doing is we're going to do two things differently. One is Web3 tokenization and allowing the community to be part of this movie making process, this short series process. All right. So how do we make money is one of the questions, is from also pay-per-views, as well as product placement, as well as advertising. So from pay-per-views, when I was talking about the revenue models, Real Short, $52 million. But now we can also generate some of that revenue and pay it back to the users as well. So we can pay you to watch ads. Some of the partners that we have, Brave Browser, they have 78 million monthly active users. Ort, they have, they're a Web3 cloud-based system. Cointelegraph recently invested into us as well. We've raised 500K. We're looking for 250K at a 20 mil valuation right now. Some of the traction that we've had too is that we've actually shot the short series. The short series have been shot. The first one is called Cryptic Whale. It's about a guy who is over leveraged in the crypto space. He lost his money, and then he lost, his parents' retirement money as well. He time travels back, and then now he's able to know that Elon's gonna pump Doge. He knows that all these different crashes are gonna happen as well too. So that's the Cryptic Whale.
Give us one last slide and we'll go to judging.
Sure, yeah, I can, any kind of, while this is happening.
Or actually, we'll just go and ask questions, I think, and let's, okay, judges.
Yeah, any kind of questions, you can kind of let this go while we're talking too.
So is that a video that you make the video?
We shot the video. This was from a KOL. This is, and his community totally funded it. And right now, it's a short series. They're 2 to 3 minutes, like Netflix and bite-sized pieces. Episode 3 is being distributed right now. And then we're in talks. We have a 37 episode that we hope to close a deal with Telegram and Ton on as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, so imagine, you use your imagination, Netflix and bite-sized pieces. This is a trend coming from Asia. In China, the way that you would say it is called 短剧. They're mini small episodes. Again, Netflix and bite-sized pieces. Maybe the question going through your head is, what's different than TikTok? TikTok is like user generated one episode per time, but these short series are like your whole dramas, but in 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to ask about, like the competitive landscape. So, but I see the differentiation. So, what do you have other competitors in the space that are trying to do what you're trying to do? So, not Instagram Reels,
Yeah.
but like short form,
Yeah.
dramatized videos.
So Real Shorts is the Web 2 competitor.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, when you said Real Shorts, I thought you were talking about like Instagram Reels. and
No,
YouTube
they're an
Shorts.
actual company. So they
Okay.
did $52 million in Q1.
And where does the Web3 piece come in again?
Web3 piece is from crowdfunding to also rewarding the users, because we want the community driven ideas as well. And then also from our token. So when we have advertisers come in or product placement, we buy our own token and that gets redistributed to the community.
Okay, interesting. Any other questions?
What's your go-to-market strategy for the American market?
Great question. So right now it's through Web 2 platforms like YouTube. You get the first couple episodes for free. YouTube Shorts, you get it on Twitter, first couple episodes free, and then that will be coming. And then to watch the rest of it, you have to come onto our own platform. The partnership with Telegram, they have 950 million users. So that's another go-to-market strategy. We're in talks with them right now to see if we can they want to be like the super app. So if we can be the first, kind of short series app on their app. Yeah, or do I have time or?
Go ahead. It seems like we have a couple burning judging questions, so go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the tokenomics that we have right now. So the idea is that from crowdfunding, that would hedge some of that risk. We want to be able to reward the users with our token. That's the user side. And then from the product placement, so for example, decentralized product placement with NFTs. Imagine green screening your shirt, green screening your hat. We can sell that space to people who own NFTs that, in no other place do you have a use case for that. So traditional product placement, traditional advertising, we would buy our own tokens from that and then distribute that back to the community as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Normal, and this will be our last pitch.
So Normal.
So I want to thank again. Let's thank all the presenters, all the pitch competitors. And after this pitch, we'll take a 10-minute break. The judges will convene, and we'll come back into this room for the awards ceremony.
Thank you guys very much for being here. Sweet. Hey, everyone. I'm Justin, co-founder of Normal, and I'm excited to show you our crypto index funds. So the problem we're solving is new crypto investors are so scared of the market that they just don't invest. And the current crypto indexes are limited with their assets and regulation. So our solution, we've created a crypto index that are powered by exchanges, not managers. We support over 200 assets. We don't require regulation, so we can launch our funds in a day and instantly available in every country. And we give the user asset ownership. That way you have increased security and access to DeFi yields up to 10% APY. So our current market size has gone up 10 times in the last year in the global crypto ETF volume at 70 billion. And we make $100 per year on every $10,000 of volume. And so the total addressable market, we expect to grow by 2 to 3 times on our prediction that the crypto adoption in the US is going to catch up to the US stock adoption. So the total addressable market is currently around 1.5 billion. And so our current traction, we've had a lot of good experiments. We have monthly active users across 7 different countries, growing at a 30% month-over-month growth and reaching 250K volume. Compared to our competitors, we have lower fees, higher asset support, self-custody, global availability, index personalization, and dividend accessibility. So our advantages, like I said, we have better liquidity. We have no working hour limitations since we're in crypto, so you can withdraw or deposit whenever you want. And you save even more time with fully automated trades with AI coming to that. So we have a small but mighty team. We bootstrapped a lot, and our current CEO. He is our technical founder. He has 8 years of software development experience, and I have 8 years of product development and sales, previously at CoinFlip with a successful IPO in Chicago. So far on our roadmap, we just released our indexes late January in 2024. We're going to release our dividend product next, and then use our seed round to reduce friction and really scale our market worldwide. And then in the 2025 and 2026, work on our business and crypto integrations. So our go-to-market strategy has just been direct sales, KOL referrals, talking with financial planners and hedge funds, and then social communities for social investing. We're currently raising 36 months of funding to reach $100 million in volume for an annual recurring revenue of $1 million. We're raising $2 million. But thanks so much for listening. Feel free to connect with me, and let's make the world a better place by spreading wealth across borders.
Thank you. And let's go to the judges.
Why is this not regulated?
So since it's in our users' custody, we're just a financial tool. We're not money managers. We never touch the funds. We've just created a platform that users or money managers can wash their crypto through their own custody.
And then how do you have better liquidity?
Hmm?
How do you have better liquidity than other competitors?
So our competitors are traditional hedge funds. So you're only able to use that during market hours in the traditional market. So we're more accessible into non-US investors as well.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you touch on your team?
Yeah, let me go back to that slide. So we're a very small team. We just have 2 founders, me and Joshua, and we have a business development lead who's still in college. We have a KOL system of around a dozen professional athletes and growing, but the problem is we have too high of a demand. So we need to kind of slow back a little bit, raise a little more money, reduce the friction so we can really scale worldwide.
Can you dive a little bit deeper into like who exactly your customer is? So
Yeah.
specifics.
Yeah, so diving into that, most of our users are non-crypto people. Crypto people think they're actually too smart for the index technology. So we're just ordinary people that are open to alternative investing. So they're around 25 to 36, currently investing in their traditional funds, but have been too scared to step into crypto. So we're ready to make them normal.
Nice, thank you. Any other questions? All right, thank you. Oh.
Saw one in the stands.
Thank you, Normal.
Yeah.
So let's give us 10 minutes. We'll have the judges convene. So we'll come back in exactly 7:55 and do some networking in the meantime. And let's give it up for Normal and all of the presenters. And we'll see everybody back here shortly.
Thanks, man. Okay. That was a blast. How was it?
Too late.
It's on. Argentina. 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 I'm just checking. Hello. Good. How about you?
Okay, everybody, please grab your seats. It's time for awards announcements. Please grab a seat. We want to get going. Please grab a seat. George, do we have house lights?
All
We got to get a
right.
selfie going here.
This, yes.
Trish to say something about House of
Oh,
Web3.
yes. Okay, awesome.
And maybe we'll get a selfie and then we'll do it after.
Yeah.
All right, come on in, grab a seat. Want to introduce Going to introduce Trish here from House of Web3 because a lot of people had questions about this space. This is the most amazing co-working space in San Francisco. And here, tell us about it. How do we get involved?
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys all for coming out tonight. The House of Web3 is made for you guys, developers, creators, engineers, anybody that wants to come co-create here during the day. We are open Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 7 p.m. and Friday, 8:30 to 5 p.m. If you go to thehouseofweb3.com, there's an invite there and we can send you all the information. Also, obviously, we host a lot of events here. So if anybody is interested in reserving this room or one of our smaller rooms or having any kind of lunch and learn event, evening event, please come see me. We have lots of space available for you and lots of room to have fun events. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. And okay, can everybody fill in? We've got a lot of seats here, so love to get people filling in because then after we make the announcement, we're going to take pictures and the big full room selfie. So Aaliyah Barker, again, I want to reintroduce you and thank you for supporting this and sponsoring the event. Amazing work that you and Draper are doing. So take it over. I think you have some announcements for us.
Yeah. I have some announcements. We have some winners. Before, just in case you missed it in the beginning, Draper University is a founder residency program. We also have accelerators. We have lots of different programs. So aside from Web3, we also have some agnostic programs. And if you would like to learn more about those or apply for our upcoming Embark Accelerator, you can scan the QR codes here. But what you all came back in here for, let's talk about the winners. Okay, yes.
Start from the where are you going to start and where are you going to end?
We'll start at third place, okay? So drum roll, please. Third place. Energy, come on. Yes. Okay, third place, Saga.
Woo, Saga. Come on up, Saga.
Are they in here?
Let's invite each person up and then stay up there.
Yeah, let's get a quick picture.
Quick picture.
Arisa, do you want to join the picture? Sorry. You don't have to if you don't want to. Okay.
On the spot. Yeah, let's get the Draper thing in there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What's
Thank
next?
you. Good job. All right. And also, FYI, I forgot to mention this. If you are a winner, we will reach out to you after this to all three places will get some prize. So I'll reach out to you and talk to you about your prize. So yes, that was third place. Second place, drum roll, please. Some energy. I know it's late. Shrub Finance. Good job. Yeah, let's get a picture maybe in front of this right here. So it's a little bit better. Okay, you can sit in the middle. Can you still see the thing? Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, congrats. Great. All right, and last but not least, should we do have one honorable mention. So someone did very, very good, but we could only pick 3. Honorable mention is for Spin.fashion. So come on up. We'll get a quick picture. Your prize is a picture. Yeah. Okay. Good job, guys. Okay, first place. Drum roll, please. Last one. Some energy. First place goes to Netty Worth. Thank you so much. You want to join? Okay. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. This was a blast. I hope you had just as much fun as I did learning about all these startups. If you have any questions about Draper or AIFI or any of the organizers or partners tonight, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And yeah, congrats to everyone that won. And also thank you so much to everyone who participated. It was a really hard decision. We were in there longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, it was really, really good pitches tonight, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
And let's get, before we leave, and everybody stay in your place, we're going to get a few more pictures. So if we can have all the winners come up front, we'll get all the winners, including the honorable mention, up front, and then we'll do a big room selfie. So
yes.
First we'll shoot this way, then we'll get ready to turn the camera around. So everybody get in the middle here. Come on, join Aaliyah in the middle.
Okay, I'll stand in the
And
middle.
Arisa.
Is that movable or no? Okay. Also, huge thank you to our judges. So everyone that came and judged, thank you. Mo's the only one still sitting there. Yeah, judges, if you're a judge, come on up. Yeah, scoot in. I don't bite.
Everybody take pictures, tag the event. Okay. And now let's turn it around and everybody that's up here, just come right here in this first row
and we'll take it the other direction.
George, whoever's here, can we get the house lights up so we can see the back? Everybody know where the house lights are?
Are they there?
Turn those up, the other direction. All of them. Okay, everybody stand up.
Stand up. Okay. Do you want to stand on a chair or something? Thank you. All right.
Oh, I hope everybody enjoyed. Everybody got to meet a couple people that they'll be able to follow up with. One of the beautiful things about these events is the networking and all the connections that are made. So we'll continue that for a few more minutes, and I'll make some announcements about how soon we need to be out of the space. Please, if you see anything that you can pick up and take over to the recycle bins or the trash, please help us clean up a little bit. Don't leave too much in your wake.